Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is your boy finally from a long hiatus, and I have not been on here for a long time, and I apologize, for I have been exhausting myself with all things Final Fantasy XVI. I have not only been playing the game, but I have been making artworks and sculpts, which I will show here for a little bit, and playing the game, and still trying to wrap my head around the actual game itself. An amazing game, by the way. Amazing visuals, amazing music. The story is good, and I will get to the story aspects of the game later. But I really wanted to concentrate today on the artwork, and by the handiwork of a fine, very talented, highly creative designer by the name of Kazuya Takahashi. And he is the man responsible for all of the character designs for FF16. And here is an amazing stellar artwork of Sleep Deer, which I feel is very a reflection of another illustrator that I've talked about before, of Akihiko Yoshida. And if you haven't checked that out, please do. But I think that Kazuya is an amazing protege in terms of carrying the torch of coming from 14 and going here, like Mihiro, from his writing process, taking homage. We see here with Kazuya Takahashi doing the same thing here with these amazing pieces of artwork. And so one of the things that I kind of was bummed out before the launch of the game, specifically during the pre-launch, was that we never really get to see Kazuya. We never really get to hear his process. Now, I understand that Kazuya Mihiro was the creative director and he was in charge of the direction of the artwork, but there are still things from Kazuya that I would have liked to hear from his end in terms of his visuals, what he was thinking when he was creating these characters, why, their motives, everything involving the design, because we see these designs on screen. We hear stellar music, we hear great sound design, we see great art design. And so, in my opinion, I think seeing that process more, along with Yoshi P, along with Mihiro, along with Koji, along with those guys, would have helped that process. But all that said, my introduction to Kazuya is actually incidental, because I actually did not know that this piece of artwork, which is one of my favorite pieces of artwork, I thought was done by Akihiko Yoshida. And this is another one that I had actually used as my wallpaper when I had my PS4, and I was wanting wallpaper, and I was like, wow, Akihiko threw it, or he knocked it out of the park. This is great. I love his pencils. Akihiko's been a master of like muted colors and crosshatch styles. And so I thought, wow, amazing. But then I was wrong. I was told that it was not Akihiko, it was actually Kazuya. I was like, oh, interesting, okay. He has this emulation of Akihiko. And so I actually paid attention from there and started to look at his backlog and really started to appreciate his style, his unique style. So fast forward the promotion of Final Fantasy XVI, and I'll go back to this piece later in time, but this was when I started to really admire his colors, admire his process, admire his use of those muted colors. Like here, this is an amazing example of just not so saturated pieces, but also carrying weight, also carrying a sense of authenticity in terms of its pencils. And this is another one, by the way, Fujisaka Kimihiko vibes carrying all the way, because Clive reminds me of Kane from Drakengard, but I digress. Clive is one of my most favorite Final Fantasy protagonist designs in the series, and that's saying a lot. And I had remembered that before the game launched, Square was releasing character artworks and dominant artworks. Here's another one of Shiva, Ifrit, Odin, Bahamut. And it just blew me away of just the scale of really doing a great job of emulating. I love Torgal. I mean, this is so cute. I mean, I don't have anything to say here. I'm lost for words. Okay. So back with those dominant designs and Shiva, Jill was another one that I actually admired a lot. And I'll talk about Jill in a little bit. But here, I love this. I love Ifrit's design. Ifrit's design is the best Ifrit design in the series, thanks to Kazuya. So you have him to thank for that. Here, another one, Titan. Amazing design. We've never seen this club scepter weapon thing in the game, but it's still cool to see. Rayma looks absolutely just drop dead gorgeous with his colors and his staff, and just amazing piece. And here's another one that I love. I did an homage piece in retrospect to this. Really loving his process here in Bahamut. I mean, Jesus, I love this piece of artwork. But the vibes from Akihiko are carried through. Like his way of motion, the flare designs from 14 are so strong in 16, and it really helps the design aspect. And here's another one in the Crystalline Dominion, I believe, and here's Jill in mid, which I don't think we see in the game, but that's another one. And so Jill, let's talk about Jill. Jill, one of my most favorite design female protagonists in the series. And I'm usually a guy that caters towards Tetsu Nomura designs. I'm a Nomura guy. But I think that what Takahashi has done in terms of designing these characters is that he's not over designing them like many designers do. He designs them with what I remember what Mihiro said in an interview, that it wasn't important for the designs to be amazing. The designs had to tell a story. They had to invoke their personality through what they were wearing, why they're wearing it. And I love Barnabas and Dion. Hats off to Dion, one of my favorite characters in the game, and I'm glad many people are loving him. I'm sorry, I get so enthusiastic, but to really show who these characters are based on what they wear. Why are they wearing it? Why are they wearing those colors? Why are those colors prominent? What are they trying to invoke in terms of their personality? What are they dealing with? What have they dealt with? And Takahashi knocked it out of the park with those designs. And here's another one of my favorites from him that we essentially have never seen in the game. And this was a scene where I believe Shiva's heading off before that fight with Titan, with the Iron Blood. And you can see the sadness in here, along with its dark depths and colors. It has that light and then that dark feeling. And you can see the weight of that with the chains dangling off and her emotion. Amazing piece. I love that piece. But I want to get back to this piece for a second and really talk about why I love this piece. And this piece is actually of Clive, essentially. Clive is a direct model from the in-game version of Clive in FF16, if that makes sense. Here's some shots to kind of clarify that they are in fact the same game models. And I want to stress this out and really talk about the fact that Kazuya did this, the fact that he didn't have to do this, that he could have drawn it just like the illustrations that I showed you before. But doing it this way obviously made sense. And I'm glad that he did it this way, and I'm glad whether the team or Yoshi P wanted him to do it that way. I love this approach because I actually use the same approach in my workflow as well. I use 3D as well in my artworks, and I think it's a rare instance for art, 2D and 3D to mesh together. And this piece really speaks to me in terms of meshing those two together, because it's really rare for that, to see that. And I think Takahashi did a beautiful job with doing that in this illustration. So that is it. That is all. Again, I really love Kazuya. He's done an amazing job with 16. Hats off to Hiroshi Minagawa for translating everything Kazuya did to the 3D realm. The 3D team, the rigging team, the modeling team, the texturing team, all you guys. Hats off to you guys. Amazing job. FF16 visually looks absolutely stunning. After 2.5 months later after release, I'm still in awe of the visuals of Final Fantasy 16, and I hope that it continues in that department. And hats off to Kazuya as well. And I hope to see more of Kazuya stuff in the future. I hope that he's able to still design more characters. What I would like to see from him is a departure from the 14 style and the evilly Akihiko style, and kind of branch off to his own to really stretch him, which would be amazing to see, because he's done so well in 16, and I think he deserves more opportunities. So Kazuya, hats off to you. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hearing me ramble. I have more videos of FF16 down the pipeline, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to finally unfold everything that I've been resonating on for the past couple of months, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. So with all that said, I hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Knew I could be my only victim. What really fucked me up was using old perspectives. Evolved this far enough just to see life at clearance. Wolves howling at the moon, you like the secret weapon. Don't you dare come near me, gather strength to continue and trust my intuition.